Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So stupidly I forgot to do an intro to this video. I don't know why, I just did. Really stupid of me. But basically in today's video I tested out the new Fenty Beauty skin tint, you know that one that's literally been going around everywhere. I thought I'd give it a little try, review it, see what my first impressions are of it. So that is what we do in today's video, just to clear that up because obviously the video will not make sense. But yeah, before we do get into it, please make sure that you subscribe, like this video, and make sure you turn the notification bell on. And if you want to see my thoughts on the new Fenty Beauty blurring skin tint, then please keep on watching. Right, so my skin is all prepped. I've done my brows, I've gone in with my glow tonic, oil brown, face base and some eye cream. I've done all that because this video is just based on this new little bad boy. Right, so this is the Fenty Beauty EAZE Drop Blurring Skin Tint. You've probably seen everyone trying it and going a bit crazy over it. I mean, to be fair, I've actually not watched that many reviews on it because I like to obviously do my review first and like not have any influence of any other opinions, if that makes sense. But I'm sure yous have probably seen it. So, get it out. I must admit, it's smaller than I thought. It looked massive, but that's what it looks like. I mean, Fenty packaging is just like classic. Do you know what I mean? It's like very minimalistic, but it's just vibes. Do you know what I think? I got this online, so I'll try to shade match. I mean, I think it's good. I've got 9, which it was like a medium skin tone with neutral undertones. That's what it was. So obviously it's a skin tint, so it's more like a tinted moisturiser. I'm presuming it's not a foundation, but it's meant to be blurring. I just wanna, because I have been using this all the time lately, I'm just gonna quickly press a bit of this in, because obviously I wanna keep everything the same, like how I normally do my makeup, because we are testing out a new foundation, so you don't wanna change too much of your makeup routine, because you need to see if obviously it works with what you usually use. Because if your makeup then don't look good, it's obviously because of the new product. So I'm gonna give it a good shake. So it's 32ml. I'm just gonna quickly see what it says it does. So light to medium coverage, blends and blurs to instant perfection, light as air. So I feel like I'm gonna do half with my brush and half with a sponge, just to try it. So I'm gonna use my normal foundation brush I always use, so it's a PC08. So I got the shade 9. Good colour match. So I'm just obviously patting this in. I mean, it's definitely got a bit of coverage. Obviously you can still, so I've got a little spot here, you can still see it, but I get what it means by the fact that it just like blurs it, because although you can see the spot, it's like not as noticeable. Like it just sort of, it definitely covers the redness of it. I like the fact that you can still, like I've got a few like freckles here, so obviously you can still see them because it is light to medium. Just gonna build it up in this area just a tiny little bit, just to see if it's a bit more buildable. Smells lovely. I really like that. First impression. Colour match is literally perfect. So if you're similar to me, I got 9, but I really like that. I'm gonna do this side with a sponge. Although I don't usually use a sponge, obviously I know some people do, so I just want to try it out as well, just to see. I mean, I've seen some people use it with a finger. I haven't actually listened to the reviews. It was when I was clicking on Instagram, I could see people using their finger, do you know what I mean? But I just don't really feel comfortable using my finger, so I got it on my thing. So again, I feel like with beauty blenders always, they absorb some of the product, so I feel like you get less coverage using a sponge anyway. Like I've definitely got more coverage on this side of my face. But in terms of like blurring, like honestly, my skin, it's like covered my skin. I hate sometimes when you have tinted moisturisers or like BB, CC creams, whatever, and like you need good skin to put a skin tinted moisturiser on, I mean. So like it's nice that this one, I feel like even on a bad skin day, it's actually really covered my skin. I'm gonna just build up in this area again because I've got a few more spots. I mean, it looks really nice either way it's applied, but again, I think it's just preference on a brush or a blender. I just always prefer a brush because it does give a bit more coverage. It's definitely lighter coverage on this side. I'm just gonna go over all my face now like I normally would. I really, really like it. Like I said, I feel like it's obviously a skin tint, but it definitely has the coverage and it definitely blurs any blemishes that you have. So you could just wear it like as your foundation, even if you've got a few spots. I think, yeah, that is definitely why I don't wear tinted moisturisers as much, because some of the time they don't cover it. It's more just like to give you a bit of colour in your face, if that makes sense. But this definitely has covered the spots and it's a really nice finish actually. It's definitely obviously more lightweight and I can't feel it on my face. They said it's light as air, which I could agree with, to be honest. Yeah, it just feels really nice. It doesn't feel like I've got anything on my face. It would just be interesting to see what makeup applies on top like. But again, for a tinted moisturiser, I really do like it actually. It's definitely more lightweight. You can obviously still see my blemishes, but I feel like it definitely has minimised them and made them look a bit more blurred, like it says. Nice little glow to it. I feel like that is the sort of vibe that a tinted moisturiser always does give. It's definitely, again, more lightweight, more dewy. You're not going to get your full coverage, but in them areas that I did put it up, it definitely did build nicely, so you could build it up. I definitely prefer a brush, always prefer a brush. I just find blenders absorb a lot of the product and you don't feel like you're putting on as much, but I really like that. And I can't get over that colour match. Like, it literally colour matched me really, really well. Obviously I do have a bit of tan on, but I normally do, so it would work most of the time. Really like that. I feel like if you are a lightweight tinted moisturiser kind of person, this is a really nice one. It was £25 for this, so I think that was quite reasonable, to be fair. I know like the Laura Mercier is more like 30 something pound, so yeah, I really do like it. And like I said, I like the fact that sometimes you can sort of see like my freckles, and it's definitely like skin. It's not full coverage, but it blurs you, so you look full coverage, if that makes sense. Does that make any sense? Do you know what I mean? Like, my skin, you can't see any of my blemishes really, only a couple, but it's definitely more super lightweight and it looks like skin. I'm gonna go off camera and just apply the rest of my makeup, because like I say, when you're trying out like a new foundation, it is good to just keep that as the new product and then everything else the same, so then you can sort of see how you think it looks. So yeah, I'm gonna apply the rest of my makeup off camera and then I will be back to let you know my final thoughts. I want to see what it looks like once I've put more product on, once I've powdered it down, because at the moment it's still quite dewy and like skin-like, but it could change once you put more on. But from a first impression offset, I like it. Out of most of my tinted moisturisers that I do, so I have the Laura Mercier and I have the Lottie London. I have quite a few, to be fair. I've tried a couple of them. This is actually up there with one of my favourites from the offset. I feel like the Laura Mercier one, I do like it, but it was like a grower on me. Like, I had to keep using it to like really actually end up working out how I liked it, if that makes sense. But this one from the offset, I definitely do like it for like an everyday, if you just need a little bit of coverage, because you could even just do this with a little bit of concealer, powder it down, and then like a bit of bronzer, like really just 2-minute makeup. Do you know what I mean? If you feel like you're one of them people that just need to be a bit blurred and tanned, you could definitely chuck this on and you will look like you've just woke up. And I literally can't feel it on my face. It's dried down quite nicely, it's not sticky. I do really like it, but we're gonna apply the rest of my makeup and I'll be back to let you know my final thoughts. Okay, so we are back final thoughts. So I love this, I do really like it. I feel like, again, really lightweight, everything went on top lovely. Yeah, it didn't pick up anything underneath, like it did go on top of each other really nicely. I just sometimes feel like with tinted moisturizers, too much makeup on top. I just feel like, I don't know, it don't really suit me maybe, I don't know, but I just feel like if I'm doing my full, obviously I've only done like an everyday sort of look, but even like putting on like powders and bronzers, cream contour on top, I feel like if it's not full coverage, then it looks weird, if that makes sense. And obviously with tinted moisturizers, they're not meant to be full coverage, they're meant to be a skin tint for a reason. I think that's just personal preference, but in terms of the actual product, I mean, my skin does look good. I mean, it has cracked a little bit here, but like, I'm definitely blurred. And like I say, although I can still see my skin, it's very skin light, it has blurred it in a sense that it's not got, like, I've not got my spots, like they're still quite covered. And yeah, my skin looks like flawless in that sense. I think it is just a personal preference that like, I just like a full coverage. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like that would be perfect if, like I said, on like a day where you're not really putting makeup on, but you just want to like have like a nice colour on your face, or like blur any of your spots and stuff, but you're not actually worried about like having a full face on, if that makes sense. So maybe just like that and a bit of concealer, it would be like nice. It definitely does get rid of like your spots and cover them and blur them without having that full coverage. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like my face, I feel really lightweight, I don't feel like I've got a full face of makeup on, so that's nice. If I'd done this same routine with like one of my thick foundations, then maybe I would feel like I've got makeup on properly, but at the moment I don't. I feel like I just feel lightweight, nothing on my skin. Do you know what I mean? I would be happy, like I would go out like this and I think it would look really nice like an everyday, but obviously I'm just like your full coverage kind of girl. I wouldn't want to do like a full eye look like this. Again, like I say, this is like my everyday eye, just really simple makeup. I feel like has to go with the skin tint. I don't feel like too full coverage. Like I used a lighter concealer, I used a tiny bit of cream contour, like I went very light on my products. I didn't do like a full face with a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer. It just doesn't look right, but it is really nice. It's set really nice, it's not dry, it's not cakey. Only bit is obviously around my nose, but I feel like I do get that quite a bit. But everywhere else, like I definitely feel like my skin looks good. For a tinted moisturizer, like I wouldn't get this much coverage in some of the other ones. It has covered everything that needs to be covered. It's just not super full coverage. Do you know what I mean? Like you can still see like my freckles and some of the blemishes that I have. But I do really like it. I do. I think out of the tinted moisturisers that I have used, it is one of my favourites. But yeah, I suppose it just sort of depends what vibe you like. If you are more of a tinted moisturiser person, I 100% recommend it. But if you're like full coverage and you don't really wear tinted moisturiser, I wouldn't say you need to run out and get it, because it is very lightweight. It's not like full coverage. So if you don't like that, then you probably won't like it. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. But if you like a lightweight or need one for every day, then I would 100% recommend it. You can see the lumps and bumps, if that makes sense. I feel like you can't ever really get rid of that, but definitely blurred like the redness and stuff. That one there was probably one of my biggest spots, but it's definitely blurred it. For every day, it looks really nice. I like full coverage. Yeah, I'm really impressed. Like I say, it's definitely one of my favourite tinted moisturisers that I have tried. My pores, they look really small as well. My skin looks good. I'm pleased. I would go out like this and I would be very pleased with it. Yeah, and I feel like I've hardly got anything on. Like, you know, like sometimes when you wear everyday makeup, if you're just like sitting around in it, it can be really uncomfortable because you feel like you've got loads of makeup on. This doesn't, so I feel like this would be nice if I am just having makeup on in the day and just putting around, do things, but then like sitting down for a bit. Do you know what I mean? When you don't want to feel like you've got a full face on, this would be really nice because it doesn't feel like that. It just feels very skin-like, air light as air, as they say. But yeah, I'm really impressed. I do really like it, and I think you probably could build it up to be more full coverage, or if you have like really good skin then of course this would be amazing. Where like, if you don't need coverage, I feel like I always sort of have some spots that I want to cover, so I like full coverage. But if you don't need that, then this is beautiful. Skin feels fresh, really fresh actually, so I do really like it. I just don't know how much I will use it. Personal preference. Obviously this was just like a first impressions. I am going to keep it on for a little while, but it's like late in the day, so I haven't done like a wear test with it. But if you follow me over on Instagram, I will keep you updated on how it wears for tonight. It's 4:45 now, so I might leave it until about 9, so I'll probably get like 5 hours. I'll update you below what I think of it, if there's like any drastic changes, like if I wear it for a few hours and oh my god, am I getting ill? What the hell's going on? Hello, my voice is gone. Ha! I knew I was. You know when you like can feel yourself getting a bit sore. Yeah, I will keep you updated below if like there's any drastic changes or what I think. But yeah, I'm going to be wearing it for like 5 hours, so we shall see. But it's just not like a full-on wear test. It was more of a first impression. I'm just more of a foundation kind of girl, you know what I mean? So my foundations will get the wear tests, but this as a first impression, I felt like I had to on camera because everyone is going on about it, and obviously it is very viral. I did try to get the Kat Von D one, but that sold out everywhere, and I thought I need to grab this before it sells out, because you guys just, you really jump on these trends, or so do I, to be fair. But the trends just, once it's a trend or it goes on TikTok, you're never getting it again. But do let me know if you want a review on the Kat Von D one when I can try and get my hands on it. But yeah, just let me know. But I have seen so many, so I feel like you know that it's amazing already. But yeah, that is it. I do actually really like it. I keep looking at myself and I feel really nice. It feels really nice in my skin. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like I've got loads of makeup on. I'll see how it goes in these 5 hours, because I'm literally not going anywhere, so I'm just gonna be sitting around to see if it's uncomfortable. You know the feeling, you know when you like laying there and you're like, oh, I'll get this makeup off, like I feel disgusting. But at the moment I don't feel like that, because I feel like it is really, really lightweight. I think that's the thing, I'm not mad at it, but I'm not like, oh my god. But I think that's because I'm not an oh my god person to do moisturiser. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps like you figure out if you need it in your kit, especially for like clients. I don't think you'll need it. It'll be more of like a personal use. Like I wouldn't use it on my clients, because I don't know, I just don't feel like it's a client foundation. Do you know what I mean? It's just a skin tint. But yeah, that is what I thought of it. Comment down below if you want me to do the Kat Von D, or if there's any other foundations or products that you want me to do a first impressions with, try it out, all that good stuff. Before you leave, please make sure you subscribe and like this video, turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any of my uploads. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Mwah.